Every gardener dreams of discovering that one secret ingredient that takes their soil from ordinary to extraordinary. We spend years adding compost, mulching, and feeding our plants, yet sometimes the garden still doesn't reach its full potential. But what if the game-changing solution wasn't a fancy fertilizer or an expensive soil conditioner, but something you already have in your kitchen right now and probably throw away without a second thought? When I started using this one type of fruit waste, my soil didn't just improve, it transformed. Suddenly, earthworms swarmed the beds, plant growth accelerated, and the ground that once dried and cracked in the sun turned into dark, rich earth that held water like a sponge. Today we're going to dig deep into why this overlooked fruit waste has such powerful effects on soil biology, how it works beneath the surface, and the right way to use it without causing imbalances. By the end, you'll know exactly how to apply this technique in your own garden so you can experience the same unstoppable results. Why fruit waste deserves more attention. Fruit scraps often end up in compost piles or trash bins, but not all fruit waste behaves the same way. Some peelings or rinds are slow to break down, while others are loaded with compounds that stimulate microbial life almost instantly. Among all fruit-based wastes, one in particular stands out for its ability to, really wake up dormant soil banana peels. Banana peels are more than just scraps. They're actually rich in potassium, calcium, magnesium, and small amounts of phosphorus, nutrients that are just so critical for flowering, root development, and plant resilience. But what makes them so unique is how accessible these nutrients are once microbes get to work. The peel structure decomposes quickly, especially in warm soil, releasing minerals in a steady flow instead of, one overwhelming burst. That balance is really key to avoiding nutrient leaching and making sure plants absorb exactly what they need over time. So here's how banana peels interact with soil biology. When banana peels are added to soil, either directly or as part of a liquid feed, they don't just sit there as organic matter. Instead, they actually become food for a wide range of soil organisms. Bacteria are the first responders, breaking down the softer tissue of the peel. This microbial bloom immediately attracts earthworms, who are drawn not only to the peel itself, but also to the bacteria coating its surface. Worms consume both, digesting the material and excreting it as worm castings, nature's most concentrated form of plant-available nutrients. As the peel continues to decompose, fungi colonize the tougher fibers extending hyphae through the soil and connecting to plant roots. These fungal networks help plants tap into the steady nutrient release from the peel while also improving water retention in the soil. Over several weeks, what began as a simple piece of waste has become a living hub of microbial and worm activity, with benefits rippling out far beyond the immediate area where the peel was placed. The measured impact on plants. To test the impact of banana peel waste, we tracked plant performance in beds amended with peels versus beds treated only with compost. Within 1 month, plants near banana peel amendments showed noticeably stronger root systems and deeper green foliage. The reason lies in potassium. This nutrient regulates water movement in plants and improves their ability to withstand heat, drought, and even certain diseases. Calcium from the peels also strengthened cell walls, resulting in sturdier stems and leaves that were less prone to pest damage. In flowering plants, potassium acted as a booster for bud formation. Tomatoes, peppers, and squash showed higher flower counts and more fruit set compared to the control beds. This wasn't just about nutrient availability, but also about the biological activity the peels triggered. Worms increased in number around the peel zones, leaving behind their castings, which added an additional layer of fertility. Avoiding common mistakes is, really important. It's important to recognize that while banana peels are powerful, they need to be applied correctly. Tossing large chunks of peel onto the soil surface can attract pests, create a slimy mess, and slow down decomposition. The Amish and other traditional growers often buried organic matter just a few inches below the surface, where microbes and worms could access it without interference from flies or rodents. That's exactly the best practice here. So, you'll want to cut the peels into smaller pieces and bury them lightly in the top 4 to 6 inches of soil. This creates a protected environment where the material can break down efficiently. Alternatively, blending peels with water to make a slurry, or fermenting them in a bucket for a few days, creates a liquid fertilizer that you can pour directly at the root zone. Both methods, honestly, bypass the problems of pests while maximizing nutrient availability. It's also worth mentioning balance. Banana peels are low in nitrogen, which, plants also need in abundance for leafy growth. To avoid deficiencies, pair them with nitrogen-rich material such as grass clippings, manure, tea, or standard compost. Together, they provide a complete nutritional spectrum without throwing soil chemistry out of balance. So the most remarkable part of using fruit waste like banana peels isn't just the immediate plant boost, but honestly, it's the long-term soil improvement. Over the course of about 6 months with repeated peel applications, sandy, low-fertility soil was transformed into something way more alive. The organic matter content increased, which you could actually see in the darker soil color and, better water retention. Worm populations nearly doubled, creating channels that really improved aeration and drainage. Microbial activity measured through soil respiration tests also increased significantly, confirming that the soil was not just storing nutrients but actively cycling them. This biological awakening is what turns an average garden into a truly unstoppable one. Plants in such soil are more resilient, require fewer external inputs, and continue to improve year after year instead of declining. The secret to an unstoppable garden doesn't come from a store shelf. It comes from learning how to work with the biology of the soil itself. By adding banana peels and other fruit wastes in the right way, you provide the fuel for microbes, worms, and fungi to transform your soil into a living ecosystem. What seems like a small, simple act creates ripples that extend into stronger plants, bigger harvests, and healthier soil year after year. If this guide gave you insight and inspiration, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to Hydro Haven for more proven soil building experiments, and share this video with fellow gardeners who might still be throwing away their most valuable resource. Together, we can turn every garden into a thriving, unstoppable oasis.